In today's episode, I'm going to share with you what are the 5 habits that are making you unhappy. What are 5 things that you're doing that are just stealing your joy away from you? So if you want to know what these things are, stay tuned and watch. This is Alexandra Villarroel Abrego, and I welcome you to another episode of AlexandraTV. Now, today's episode is a little bit different because instead of sharing, positive and things like that habits, I'm actually sharing with you what are the 5 toxic and bad habits that you should eliminate from your life in order to have more joy and happiness come into your life. Now, before we get started, make sure you go and download your free A.V.A pyramid. Now, the A.V.A pyramid is a concept that we've developed here at A.V.A Enterprises, where it's the 9 levels of personal and professional development. The link is in the description below this video. AlexandraTV is all about growth, all about personal development. So this tool, which is free, helps you to see where you're at on your journey. So you can go and do that and download that really now. So without any further ado, let's begin with the first bad habit that you should eliminate from your life. And perhaps you've already heard about this one because this is very basic, but it's very important. And it's about your phone. It's about your cell phone. You should never go to bed or wake up from bed with your phone. Now, this is something that unfortunately a lot of people do. They go to bed at night, they say I'm going to go to bed at 10, and they end up sleeping at like 1 a.m. because they have their phone and they're scrolling. Last thing they see every single day before sleeping is the phone and what goes on in social medias. Then they wake up in the morning and the first thing that they see is their phone and what's going on in social medias and in their emails. Now, this is a big mistake because what you're basically doing is that your end of days and your start of days revolve around the external world, about what other people are doing, or even worse, about what other people are demanding from you. Meaning that you start your days looking at what other people are asking of you, right? So you look at your emails and then someone's saying, I need this, I need that. So you're just like starting your day responding to the world's demands of you and not focusing on what you want and on what you want to do. So I really, really believe that you should never start your days with your phone. You should never end your days with your phone, because there's a lot also of research that shows that, the blue light on your phone is very bad for you. It makes you not go to sleep as fast. So there's a lot of different factors why this is bad. So stop it, right? Stop it. Just make sure maybe your phone is outside of your bedroom at night, or maybe very far from your bed, but you need to really get rid of this toxic habit that is making you unhappy. The second bad habit that you have in your life, and again, this is very, an obvious one, but it's so important. It's to eat bad food, right? Junk food. This is very bad. You know that when you eat bad food, you don't feel good after that. You don't feel well. So it takes a lot for your body to digest bad food. It takes a lot of energy, which is why you're going to be tired after. You want to take a nap. So this is, of course, making you unhappy. But also the fact that if you eat a lot of junk food and not enough good food, that is also impacting not only your physical self, but also your emotional self and even your spiritual self. Without diving too much into this, but the reality is that in spirituality, there are 7 different chakras, which are energetic centers that we all have inside of us. The fourth energetic center is the heart chakra. Now, the color of this energetic center is green. And they say that in order to open your heart chakra, which is where your joy is, basically, the heart chakra is what allows you to love life, others, and yourself. So they say that in order to open it, there's many things that you can do, of course, but one of the things is to eat green foods. So anything that is green, that comes from nature, to eat that, and it's going to help. So I want to challenge you, for the next 30 days, drink a green smoothie. Make yourself a green smoothie with spinach or with kale, mix, fruits and other vegetables in it. Do that for 30 days. I promise you, your level of happiness and joy will peak, really. I'm telling you, it makes you feel better, again, physically, emotionally, spiritually. You will be able to see things clearer, really, in your life. So I highly suggest you do that. And of course, eliminate the bad food. The third negative habit that a lot of people have, I would say most people in the world, especially if you're in the northern hemisphere, this is really something that probably you're doing, is you're living a life disconnected from the cycles of nature. Disconnected from the cycles of the moon and the sun, as well as the seasons. So if you live, again, example, in the northern hemisphere, perhaps you complain a lot when it's winter and the snow is coming, and it's cold and it's long, and then you're mad at it and you complain about it and you want it to end. So is that making you happy? Of course it's not, right? It's making you very unhappy. Now, what if you adapted like animals do, like nature does, and you just go with the flow of the seasons and you enjoy the seasons for what they are? So when it's winter, you enjoy the winter sports and you enjoy the snow and you make snowmen, you enjoy this time just like you enjoy summer. And it's the same thing for the sun and the moon. You see a lot of people are going to wake up when it's still dark outside. And I used to do that for years. I used to wake up at 5 a.m. And just about a year ago, I said, why not start to be connected with the sun? And what if I wake up with the sun? What difference would that make in my life? So I started to try that, and I realized that my level of joy peaked again, because I was aligned with the cycles of nature, right? And I was waking up, not when the sun and nature is still sleeping, but when everything comes to life and everything wakes up. I am following this cycle. So I highly suggest that you try to do the same thing. Just try it. Try to really follow nature, because again, at the end of the day, we're the only beings in nature that get, depressed, right? That get like really depressed. Why? It's because we're not following these cycles that are the cycles of nature. We're going against them very often. The fourth habit, and this one perhaps is going to be a surprising one, but I realize that these two habits, fourth and fifth, are so important. And a lot of people in the world feel unhappy, don't feel good in their lives, and they don't even know why. And maybe it's because of these two things. The fourth one is you need to stop rejecting your feminine energy. Everyone, whether you're a man or a woman, doesn't matter, you have feminine energy within you. And very often, because as humans we label, one another, we reject that. And we say, no, feminine energy is not for me, And right now in the patriarchal society in which we live in, most people have more masculine energy. So anything that has to do with intuition, anything that has to do with creativity, anything even that has to do with sensuality is very often repressed, and rejected and seen as less than. And this is why a lot of people are unhappy. Try to see in your life, are you creative? Remember when you were a child and when we were in kindergarten and we used to do all these fun projects, and like paint on things and just cut little things and just have fun? As adults, we don't do that anymore. Yeah, right? We're told that, okay, now it's time to, have responsibilities, and we kind of put that aside. But believe me that by doing these things, it will bring so much joy in your life. Also by understanding your intuition, by not rejecting it, by understanding, maybe even when it comes to creativity, dancing. Again, when we're kids, we're happy, we're dancing all the time, we're just jumping around. As adults, we stop that, then that's why we're unhappy. So try to see how you can integrate more feminine energy in your life, again, whether you're a man or a woman. And the fifth thing, it's the same thing as the last one, but this time is masculine energy, because we all have masculine energy within us. You see, one thing that I often hear is a lot of people that get very sad, very depressed, very discouraged in life because they say, I have so many ideas and projects, but I just don't take action. And that to me is someone that has a lot more feminine energy than masculine, because feminine is all about creativity and ideas, and masculine is taking action. So try to see in your life, do you take action? Do you take initiative? Do you also protect yourself, right? The masculine energy within all of us is protecting yourself. So not letting people walk all over you. If you let that happen, of course you're going to be unhappy. Of course you're not going to feel good in your life, right? So try to make sure that you have these two energies integrated in your life, and that you stop neglecting, rejecting, suppressing these energies, because that's what's making you unhappy. So that is that for today. These are the 5 things that are making you unhappy, or that maybe just 5 things that you need to just have more in your life, start creating in your life. If you agree with these, make sure you share this video with anyone that you know. Also, make sure you subscribe for new episodes every week here on AlexandraTV. And in the comment section, let me know perhaps what are other negative and toxic habits that you think people should eliminate. So that is that for today, and I will see you very soon.